And I was very pleased to speak in the last couple of days to the CEO of MAF Ventures, and his name is Ahmed Galal Ismail. And I asked him first of all how MAF Ventures differs from what MAF is best known for, which is retail.
Majid Al Futtaim, we are in the business of shopping, retail and entertainment. And in fact, we are the regional pioneers when it comes to shopping, retail and entertainment. The business is organized around 3 operating companies, one in retail, the second in shopping malls and properties, and the third, which is my business, which looks after our entertainment in cinemas, ski, family entertainment centers, as well as fashion, food and beverage and consumer finance.
We've seen that at the very top end of fashion and luxury retailing in general, there has been a dip with the absence of Russian buyers and people pulling their horns in because of the lower oil price. Has that affected the sector you're in, which is perhaps one tier down from that very top end luxury?
Well, certainly there are headwinds all around us. A strong dollar, a slowdown in tourism, and a wider emerging market slowdown doesn't bode well for retail, especially high-end retail. Our business is fortunately more diversified geographically, more mainstream, and as such accessible to a wider segment. So we have seen a slowdown, but not as much as the top end of the sector. And in fact, in the first 6 months of the year, my business has seen more than 20% growth top line, and we're confident that we can maintain some of that momentum for the second half.
You talked about geographic diversification there. How big is your reach from Dubai?
Majid Al Futtaim operates in 14 markets today. My business, we operate in 8. And we are on a journey of geographic diversification that has seen us sort of make significant investment commitments to countries outside the UAE. We have recently announced a multi-billion dirham investment program in Egypt. We're going to be launching Mall of Egypt next year, which is going to be the largest shopping center in the country, with a ski slope, the first Vox cinemas, a large Magic Planet. So all of the components that make a Majid Al Futtaim property a great destination.
You know, you are an Egyptian, so I can imagine that being your first love, possibly, and hence a lot of the investment because you understand the market well. But Egypt has changed from being almost the forgotten corner of the Middle East just maybe 10, 15 years ago. Why now, after all the trouble that it has had over the last 10 years, why is it suddenly an economic powerhouse demanding the attention of Gulf companies?
Majid Al Futtaim has been one of the first and early investors in Egypt. We've been in the country for more than 10 years, with the opening of Maadi City Center and Alexandria City Center as early as 2002 and 2003. We see Egypt as a long-term strategic market for us. It's a big country, big growing middle class, and essentially offers significant growth opportunities for our shopping, retail and entertainment businesses.
In the long term?
In the long term, as well as the near-term performance of our existing business continues to be quite robust. So we're very confident about the prospects for the Egyptian economy.
You're also in charge of ski slopes, etc., and the sort of the fun things that go into malls as well. Do you think that's a sort of feature that can translate into other markets? I mean, can you put things like that into Egypt and it'll work, Pakistan and it'll work? Or is it peculiar to the geographic mix here in Dubai and the Emirates?
Ski Dubai has been an amazing icon, not just for Majid Al Futtaim, but for the city of Dubai. We at Majid Al Futtaim believe that we own the snow entertainment space because we've essentially created that market. And we feel it has legs to travel outside Dubai. In fact, when Mall of Egypt opens mid-next year, it will open with Ski Egypt, which will be the first indoor ski facility on the continent of Africa.
You mentioned at the very beginning that there are headwinds for retail. So as a CEO of MAF Ventures, how hard is it making the next few months for you, and what do you see for the rest of the year?
A number of things. First, we stay true to our vision and our values of creating great moments for everyone every day. And from that, we're confident that commercial success will follow. Second, we know from previous experience as a long-term investor that a down cycle is actually a good time to invest. You get the best prices, the best rates from contractors, suppliers, etc. And you also have to keep your eye open for acquisition opportunities. Some of the best acquisitions that we have made actually were made in 2010 and 2009 with the acquisition of the cinema business and the acquisition of our consumer finance business. On the long term, we also see that a downturn, a potential downturn, is a great opportunity to invest in people and culture. And one of our big programs going forward around people and culture is around creating culture around innovation and entrepreneurship within Majid Al Futtaim. We launched a program early this year called the Innovation Challenge, Finding the Next Great Moment, where we have encouraged people from across Majid Al Futtaim to submit ideas. We had 1,300 submissions. We then had a number of hackathons to basically help people shape their ideas, put business plans around them. And then the short list of teams are going to spend 6 weeks in an innovation lab in London to crystallize and submit their final ideas. The winners will win 250,000 dirhams in cash and the opportunity to leave their current day job and become part of the implementation team of that Next Great Moment project.
You talked about downturn being a time for opportunity, for buying, for getting new staff in and developing people. But are you actually going to make your budgets for this calendar year?
We're confident that we will make our budgets for this calendar year. But what's more important than meeting budgets is actually meeting our customer requirements and demands. We are not just in the business of building buildings and erecting cinema screens. We are in the business of creating great moments. And one such great moment that is around the corner is the opening of the extension of Mall of the Emirates on the 28th of September. It's a 1 billion dirham investment. We're building a 24-screen Vox cinema that we believe will be the best cinema in the region, if not the world. We're bringing a host of new brands that are going to make their appearance for the first time in the UAE market. Exciting brands like Lululemon, Lego, All Saints, and Abercrombie & Fitch.
Talk about your concept for malls at the moment. I mean, you've got Ski Dubai here, you've got the cinemas as well. How many features does a mall have to contain? Are there undreamed of things that we've never thought of seeing in the malls that you're thinking about at the moment?
Well, if you look at the submissions that we got internally for our Next Great Moment Innovation Challenge, you would see that there is a plethora of new ideas around making the experience of coming to a shopping center as fresh and as entertaining as when Mall of the Emirates opened its doors 10 years ago.
Can you share any of the zanier ones with us, ones you've maybe discarded?
I think I'll come back to the show and maybe announce the winners in a couple of months' time.
But what do you think we're likely to see? More water features, more entertainment areas, maybe even music venues at malls, just to get people through the doors?
I think you'll see a couple of things. I think you'll start to see some more innovation within some of the existing facilities. If you take Ski Dubai, for example, we introduce a new attraction within the attraction every 18 to 24 months. 2 years ago, we introduced the snow penguins at Ski Dubai, which were immensely successful. Last year, we partnered with Disney to bring the theme and music of the movie Frozen to the visitors of Ski Dubai, and we have a number of new attractions that we're adding to Ski Dubai every year. You will see also more focus on digital services and mobile-enabled services. Most of our customers are born digital. Unlike myself, I'm a digital immigrant. I've migrated to digital over the years. 70% of our customers are below the age of 30. They're very familiar with technology. They do a lot of research online, and they're starting to buy more and more online. So being digitally enabled and making sure that our services are mobile friendly are also crucial to maintain the experience.
Isn't that also a threat, though, the fact that people are starting to shop more online?
It could be a threat if you see it as a threat. We see it equally as a threat as well as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to engage with a younger customer. It's an opportunity to strengthen our offer and differentiate our offer. I think you'll also see more and more focus about bringing newness and experiential and lifestyle brands into the mall. You can order a lot of merchandise online, but you cannot have a snow penguin experience online. You cannot have a cinematic experience of the type that we're bringing to Mall of the Emirates with Vox Theatre and Gary Rhodes online. You cannot sort of experience a brand like Lululemon or All Saints fully online. And that's what Majid Al Futtaim is all about. It's about these experiences and these great moments.
Most of the UAE-based family companies have failed to crack Saudi Arabia, the biggest market in the region. Have you got any plans to expand?
A number of our businesses operate very successfully in Saudi Arabia. Our Carrefour franchise business has been there for a number of years. Our fashion retail business continues to grow. And we're looking to bring the full offer of Majid Al Futtaim to that market, meaning a great shopping center with great retail anchors as well as great entertainment and a great experience.
But it hasn't happened yet. Why not?
Well, it takes time to enter any new market, and certainly we have a lot of opportunities. As I said, we operate in 14 markets. We have the ambition to operate in many more, and certainly a matter of priorities and sequencing.
Well, I wish you all the very best with your plans for expansion. It sounds like you're going to be very busy over the next few years. Thank you very much indeed for talking to the Business Breakfast. Ahmed Galal Ismail, the CEO of Majid Al Futtaim Ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Malcolm.